in the framework of the 36th annual meeting, and that this makes part of this work with all the regions and all the countries. This meeting has as purpose to give a brief as what's been developed in this 2019 and 2020, also acknowledging and recognizing all the partnerships that have been supporting Latin America and the Caribbean, and also the team that has been working around the region, in this case, in Latin America and the Caribbean. Also, we want to have a space to invite you all to actively participate in the different possibilities that it has given us. It's like this is a meeting to tell you and share with you of what happened in these 2 years, and we can continue encouraging, and we can continue working with Sigma. In this case would be from 2021 to 2023. This would be our next work that will be held. I would like at this moment to share with you my screen. I am going to share. Also, I want to tell you is that we have a simultaneous translation in Portuguese and English. So those of you who want, you are going to find interpretation button in the bottom of the screen, and you can choose what language you want to choose. So right now I am going to share my screen. I would like to know if you are seeing my screen. Yes. Are you seeing my screen? Okay. Our Latin America and Caribbean regional meeting talks about this 6 point that we are going to cover in the agenda. Particularly, we are going to see what happened in these 2 years. Also, we are going to see how the regional committees were performed, their members, and in some way, I want them to share in a small time, in the period of time, the experience they have had being part of the committee. Also, we will see the next chapter anniversaries that our region, the 4 chapters that we have. One is really interesting. Next year, we will have to celebrate among everyone, and this is the chapter. We will see the chapter key awards, and we are also going to see the showcase of regional excellence. These are awards, are acknowledgements that Sigma makes to the different works that the chapters do in the different regions. And finally, we will see the 2 candidates that will be the next coordinators of the region in Latin America and the Caribbean. I want to tell you all that Sigma has considered these are the countries. There are 47 countries that constitute the region of Latin America and the Caribbean. From these 54 countries that conform the Latin American Caribbean region, right now we have 4 chapters from Brazil, which is 426, Colombia, from Brazil, Colombia is chapter Upsilon Nu, and Mexico 431, and Jamaica, which is Omega Kappa with 560. These 4 chapters, they don't reach and they don't cover, but most of them, at least in Colombia, we have members from Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru. Very soon we will have from Chile, but I want to share with you that the region is growing, and they have 2 requirements, formal requirements and requests to open a chapter in Peru and also a chapter in Chile. These 2 are in process to be accepted, but they have not been formalized, but they are in progress. And in the future, we hope not having 4, but 6 chapters in the region. What happened in these 2 years in the region? First of all, it was a great impact. what happened in March at the end of 2019 and the appearance of the COVID-19, the pandemics because of COVID-19, this had an influence, significantly speaking, to all the meetings that were performed and all the meetings and projects that were programmed. But the different chapters, despite the fact of this situation, would be possible that they were all committed with a call of action to Dr. Richardis, whose he was so joyful, always encouraging this call of action was with three main actions, was knowledge, awareness, balance, and purpose, and co-creation. In the light of these three elements, awareness, balance, and purpose, with the joint work with the four chapters, different webinars were created. These webinars today currently had 505,644 visits in the channel of YouTube that the region has. In the time that these webinars were done, we had almost 350 participants in each one of these webinars that were held. We had a most important impact and really interesting impact, and we talked about in some way through these three elements, we could produce the effect that was generating pandemics in its daily basis work, in the work with students, in the direct attention. Let's see, this was the first element that was developed through in the region. The second one that we did to 2020 was the development of a lecture series of cardiovascular care in times of pandemic. This was held, and for this activity, we had a partnership with the chapter of Silun and with the Association of the Nurse Students, ACOIN, to develop this group of activities or actions. And right now, we can tell by the chapter of Upsilon, we have more than 2,000 people who attended to these webinars. By the other hand, in April 2021, a decision was taken among the members of the four chapters and with the joint work with the different people that were assigned in the chapters by which the region committee, they developed the conference in the region called Breaking Boundaries, Uniting Care, by which we had a vast participation simultaneously in the different ways that the region has to communicate itself. Obviously, this event was held there. We had Facebook with the Facebook account in the region, and also we had YouTube, and we had approximately 400 people connected in this conference. In this conference, we had the opportunity to listen to projects, the research projects, only that were concluded, and also there were ongoing projects on Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, and Jamaica, and also other parts in other countries that are also inside the chapters, in the different chapters. And this allowed us to recognize different strengths, but also some weaknesses that we still need to work inside the region. It's really important to recognize, like, there are certain chapters that are strong in research, qualitative and quantitative speaking, but other countries not. So maybe the work and the task to the future is to generate some projects and programs where you can support the different chapters that are not so developed in the research part, but also that we can get together and we can generate together those chapters who have a strong assistant to generate working lines and also to promote orientation and training in order for the care of people. So I think here some interesting things raised, and we need to the future, look at it closely for the following millennium and the following 3 years. From the state of the region, we continued developing in the different languages, English, Spanish, and Portuguese, our emails and our like different brochures to communicate what's going on inside the different chapters, but also from how can we transmit the information to the different leaders of each chapter and also the chapters as well. And in this way, we continued with this communication through newsletters and emails. And also we generated a new one. We generated a blog in the Latin American and Caribbean, a web portal that was more interactive and more dynamic. And additional to this, because our way of communicating all these letters and these bulletins were by Facebook, and Facebook changed a little bit its policies. And this is why we looked for another way of communicating that was faster and that was more interactive with the different chapters in our country and in our regions. Another important thing that raises from these different years is that we started connecting between the different chapters. We are not only so separated, now we try to communicate between each country. I try to have meetings with all the leaders, with the different chairwomen in order to generate this meeting. First, to know a little bit between each other, and then to generate some projects and programs. These relationships of knowing each other and these meetings gave rise to other types of academic and research in Latin America and the Caribbean through the different momentums that were found in these different meetings that we had virtually. Fortunately, the virtuality has helped us to hold meetings in the different languages, having translation in the meetings. And also, this is why in this meeting, we are promoting the translation, simultaneous translation in other languages. So we all have the possibility to listen and know in the best way possible the information that allows us not only Sigma, but also the same chapters to be communicated. The second point of our meeting has to do with the gratitude from our coordination, our committee, to the different members that made part from the regional committee. Fortunately, each one of the members of the board committee of the 4 chapters had the positive action to designate of their board committee as a member, not only from the board, but as an active member inside the committee. And the first person that I want to thank is Luisa Fernanda Moscoso. I'm sorry, I didn't write her last name here. I'm sorry, Luisa Fernanda from Upsilon Nu. She made part of the membership committee. We also had Dr. Kelly Giaquero from the award committee and from the Epsilon chapter from Brazil, Dr. Annalisa Sandcroft. She made part of the award committee also. She comes from the chapter from Omega Kappa from Jamaica, the same as Desmond Crocker. Also, there's 2 people were designated. And lastly, really thankful with chapter Tavo Alta for the designation of Claudia Orozco. She made part of the communications committee. Right now, I would like to invite to Luisa Fernanda. I think Luisa Fernanda is connected right now. If you want, you can open your microphone and your camera so you can share with us what was the thing that you most obtained and gained in this being part of the regional committee of the Latin American and Caribbean region. Luisa Fernanda, are you here? I cannot see you right now. Yes, I'm adjusting my camera right now. I hope you can see me right now. One of the most positive experiences in participating in this regional committee was the possibility of interacting with colleagues that belong to the different chapters from all the Latin American and the Caribbean region. I learned a lot from the different experiences that each one of the chapters have developed. We could also have evidence of what were those most important barriers or limitations we have in the chapters to develop each one of the roles that in Sigma has to be done, that in a certain way are shared by the chapter that I belong with each Epsilon. So we had the opportunity, however, to have that sense to work as a region, not only by the similarities that we have, but also we need to face the same barriers or limitations. So this was a great experience, really enriched experience that makes us sitting in that table working together to improve. I believe that the leadership of teacher Luz Patricia, of Professor Luz Patricia Diaz was a key factor because she worked like a linking chain to develop all the proposals, work proposals, but also that we could be able to work as a team, as a committee during this process. So I think this was an excellent experience, an excellent learning experience. Thank you so much, Luisa Fernanda, for sharing your experience. I don't know if Claudia Orozco is here. Claudia, are you here? Thank you so much, Claudia. Welcome. Can you share your experience with the committee? 1 or 2 minutes? Okay, first of all, I would like to thank Dr. Mercedes for inviting me to participate in this committee. To my peers, my colleagues, in which I've learned different aspects. To you, Dr. Patricia, for your leadership that I had from you, and part of my experience that I had was to develop different skills and competences for leadership as working team and communication. During this time, I consider them as an essential part in order to go to that goal, that common goal that we all have, independently from the chapter we belong, which is to strengthen our profession and train leaders in nursery. Also, I was able to know a little bit more about the Honor Society, and also during this time that we were knowing this call of action, I was also having my thoughts that sometimes we are focused in researching, in practice, but if we do not pay attention in enjoying what we do and sharing that joyfulness or focusing in that, well, it's going to be more difficult to our job. It's going to be harder, and we will have more obstacles and limitations in order to take our leadership to be done and to do our activities. Thank you so much, Claudia. Thank you so much for your work. Really, you were so positive. Everything that you shared with us, all the member committee that made part of this committee. I do not see Annalisa. She's in class right now. Dr. Kelly, are you here?
Professora,
Welcome.
muito obrigada. Eu gostaria de compartilhar minha experiência
I wanted to share my
nessa
experience
atividade do
as
comitê.
with this
Tenho
committee.
participado de muitas trocas de experiências. Gostei muito de poder
I have a
participar das
lot of
decisões que foram tomadas,
some
da
decisions that were
discussão
taken
colaborativa e conjunta
and
de todas as
and
iniciativas que
all
aconteceram nesse
the
período,
obstacles of the
desde a
experience,
construção do
the
boletim,
constant
o evento e também
and from
todas
2020
os
and everything that
aprofundamentos
was
mais
done
antigos, o que eu acredito que contribuíram
that we
muito
discussed.
também com os nossos
This
chapters,
contributed a lot
tanto
with
perceber
our
isso agora.
chapters.
E eu gostaria de destacar
Basically,
algumas
here in
ações
Brazil,
que eu tive em relação ao
I would
desenvolvimento das
like to do
competências
that
das
learning
lideranças.
with
Eu
relation to
acredito
the
que isso foi
competences
inconsiderável perceber o
with
quanto foi
leadership.
importante
I believe
esse
this was
momento
really admired And this was really nice to see all the team and the group that was reunited here. It was a very important and challenging time for all of us, but I believe that the participation of this committee was important in order to think of new strategies and solutions, choices to continue doing our job in a positive way. I would like to highlight among the effort of Luz Patricia, Professor Luz Patricia, in order favoring us and in order for us to understand each other and support ourselves and being committed with our goals in the committees. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you all. We are really thankful for all of you. And the idea is to continue working in this same way, working together. This will be possible to work as a region and also as nurses all over the region. Thank you so much. Now we end point number two, and we will continue with our program. Thank you so much.
Bueno, entonces vamos a ir a nuestro tercer punto.
Okay, let's go to our third point. Also, the recognition of all the collaborators, the important collaborators in the region. And in this case, we have the great cooperator in Latin America and the Caribbean is Professor Maria Mercedes Durán de Villalobos. Professor Maria Mercedes will be introduced by Lorena Sanchez. She has 2 or 3 minutes for the presentation, and I will stop presenting this screen, and then it's Claudia, and finally it will be me. So now we will hear Claudia. Claudia again. And I would also invite Dr. Maria Paz, Dr. Claudia Morales, and Dr. Liliana Sierra. If you can open your screen, your cameras, I'm sorry, your cameras and microphone. And then I'm stopping here. Thank you and good afternoon for all of you. And I will start presenting and introducing Professor Maria Mercedes. To talk about Maria Mercedes Durán de Villalobos is talk about most important figures of nursery in Colombia and Latin America in the last few decades. He was licensed in nursery in 1967 in Universidad Nacional de Colombia. Then, after working in renal care in San Juan de Dios in Bogota, she made her postgraduate studies in Boston University. She received a degree of Magister in Sciences, Nursery Sciences. As part of her training, she worked in the Renal Transplant Center in Peter Ben Bigman from Boston, the institution who's assigned of the Faculty of Medicine of Harvard University, always inspired by her practice teachers, as were Dr. Marjorie Gordon and Dr. Sandra Rasmus. She has practiced administrative jobs in Universidad Nacional de Colombia. At the beginning, she was an assistant in graduate degree. She was an advisory of the board, academic board, vice rector and director of the curriculum activities, and one of the most important and significant work was to be the dean of the nursery faculty in 1980 to 1984. Internationally speaking, she coordinated the nurse network with the advisory of Kellogg's for 15 years. And during this same period of time, she was an advisor for the PAHO as well. On a national basis, locally, she was a chairman of the National Faculties of Nursery Faculties, COFINE, where she is remembered very specially because she fostered all the advances of the association and all the dialogues of the health ministry in order to agree policies that promoted the development of the nursery team, not only professional, but from assistants as well. Professor Durán de Villalobos has been an author of different articles and books. She has written of great impact, not only locally, but internationally speaking, nursery. This has been the first work in research written by a Colombian nurse was raised upon the need of identifying and understand the nature of nursery as a science, art, and discipline. And among the recognition she has had in her brilliant career, the most highlighted figure, the medal to the universitary merit naming of us honoris cause, all of them given by the Universidad Nacional de Colombia. She is also as a member of a national nursery institution. She has constantly being invited to the different meetings, having great referral in her issue, in her matter. Her greatest academic contribution has been as a teacher. Her world vision, her passion and love for nursery has deepenly get into the heart of all the students, not only pre-graduate, but postgraduate students. Her ideas have made us recognize a profound knowledge and of the meaning and importance of research in nursery. Currently, the teacher, Maria Mercedes Duran, is training nurses in the Universidad Nacional de Colombia and also in Universidad de La Sabana. Thank you, Professor Maria Mercedes, for your great legacy that you have given to us. Doctor Lorena, Professor Maria Mercedes, for all of you who will receive your acknowledgement and recognition. The recognition comes from, it's signed by the chairman of Sigma also, but because and due to the logistic of this meeting, after the 15th of November, this recognition and these certifications will be given. So in the meantime, it's all with our respect, all our gratitude. You will receive the certification by email for your lifetime of supporting nursery, not only in Latin America and Colombia, but also in the Caribbean. Thank you so much. You are a very important, you're an icon in nursery in Latin America. Thank you for being with us today, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you. Thank you, Sigma. I give my word to Claudia. I have the pleasure of introducing and presenting the chapter Alpha, which are being recognized, this recognition, they have considered to receive this acknowledgement for their contributions in the chapter of I want to mention a synthesis of their curriculum and some of their participation inside the chapter. I will start with Maria de Los Angeles Paz Morales. She's doctor in education. She's a teacher from the nursing faculty in Universidad de Nuevo León. She is member of the National System of Researchers Level 1, and also she's an advisor in the faculty of her nursing faculty. She belongs in this Alpha from 2004. She has been able to grow as a human being, as a professional nursing, and know globally contributing actions in health. She was chairman of the chapter Octavo Alpha, and she still performs activities, philanthropic activities in volunteering and leadership, inspiring young students in pregraduate and postgraduate to integrate the chapter Octavo Alpha and also to promote inside the practice of nursing from the different institutions of the health sector to be part of the Honor Society of Nursing. Thank you so much, Doctor. And now I will mention Maria Claudia Morales Rodriguez, who's doctor in nursing sciences, teacher, researcher in the Benemérita Universidad Autónoma of Puebla. She is certified and she's a teacher by the Colegio Mexicano of Enfermería. She also has different publications in research and magazines and books inside and the different participations of the chapter Octavo. She has participated strongly with the values of Sigma in different events, health events, taking care of vulnerable communities through activities of volunteering. She has assisted elder people as a volunteer. She also has given help to those people that have suffered from disasters. Also, she has given talks for the prevention of diseases and also taking food to the homeless animals. And finally, I am going to introduce Liliana Bravo Sierra, who is teacher, nursing teacher by the Universidad of Baja California, Campus Mexicali, where she is developing as a teacher. She's working as a teacher. She's been recognized by the WHO as the most important woman highlighted in the, she belongs to the committee of Working Now for the, and she's participating as a midwife, recognized as a midwife, and she has been recognized by making volunteering activities and community services in vulnerable situations. Congratulations to these three members, and then we invite you to continue participating this with your values that you share with our society in Sigma. Congratulations. Thank you, Claudia, and congratulations to the three members for this work, this committed work in Sigma and in nursing and your different spaces of work. Thank you so much for being here today. And really, it's a warm hug from Colombia and from the Latin American and Caribbean region from all of you. Congratulations. And we are really proud to have you here, such a honorable participant and so significant for the development of nursing in the region. Thank you so much. Thank you, Claudia. And a big applause, a well and recognized applause for nursing on behalf of nursing. Thank you, Dr. Patricia, and really thankful with Dr. Mercedes for this honor and this distinction that we are receiving today. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Maria Claudia.
Muchas gracias. Agradezco a la doctora Mercedes que me permita
Uh,
trabajar en el capítulo.
I thank Dr. Mercedes to work
Gracias a todos.
in on behalf of all the population that needs our help. Thank you so much to all the leaders of all the chapters, in this case, the chairwoman. I haven't named them yet, but but I would like to thank particularly to Dr. Mercedes Gutierrez, chairman of Octavo Alpha from Mexico, Dr. Kelly Giaquero, as a chairman of Upsilon in Brazil, Dr. Chelly, Dr. From Dr. Cheryl Guarrick and Dr. Lorena Chaparro, who's the chairman of the chapter Upsilon from Colombia. Thank you so much for the support of this region and to continue working the nursing in our region. You're an example to all of us, a leadership example. Congratulations. The four of you, really great job. We recognize your work not only in the chapter, but also in the region. Excellent leaders, indeed. Thank you so much. Now we will continue. Okay, Annalisa is here now. Annalisa, let's continue with our agenda. Another important recognition is to Hernán Falla. Hernán is a politician from the law faculty of Universidad Nacional de Colombia, 2009. Right now, he's studying the master's degree in Universidad de los Andes. He's member of the research group and the leader partnership. Basically, Hernán, I want to recognize him because he has been a keystone in this work in the region. Fortunately, Hernán is a really propositive person. He has so good ideas. And in addition to this, he domains all the English language. So it helps us a lot in the meetings. This is an important part, but also for the work, the decided work in the bulletins and the newsletters, really generating a call, really nice and appealing newsletters, really interactive, that make the best the best capacity and competences to share. Hernan, among everyone. Thank you so much, Hernan, for your support, for your job that we have had in these 2 years. We hope in the future you can continue working in a region. We don't know what's going to happen, but okay. In these 2 years we had with you, you had a very cooperative work, and your support was great from the administrative staff of the Latin American and the Caribbean region. Thank you so much, Hernan. I don't know if you want to say some words. For me, it's an honor to work with you, work with Sigma. I do it with all my heart because I believe in the values of Sigma, in the values, honor values, love, courage. So this, I, I, I really embrace your mission, your vision, and what you are as nurses. As a citizen, a Latin American a citizen and a Caribbean citizen, I want to thank you all for the job you do on a daily basis in order to improve our health, to help us in our well-being, to be there in those things, small and great battles and struggles that we have, that we are all the citizens facing from this area, given in our well-being in our lives. So the honor is mine. The honor is mine, and the gratitude is mine for giving me the opportunity of working with you and being part of this nice cause. And of course, I'm willing to continue with you for anything you can require from me, because this work, I do it with all of my heart because I believe in your values. I believe in the mission and the job you all do in a daily basis. Thank you so much, nurses, and thank you, Sigma, for this recognition and for this opportunity. Okay, let's continue giving joy and sharing joy. Thank you so much, Hernan. That's true. That's true. Thank you for your support and your work. That's so excellent. Okay, so let's continue with our program today.
Bueno, entonces aquí
So this is an invitation. After everything we have seen, the job inside Sigma, it's to look the well-being and the benefit of our nursing, of all the health population. I invite you to join the circle. Look, what are those opportunities the circle offers us? Here we have volunteering groups, different knowledge areas where we can share with others, other nurses of other latitudes, other places. Any concerns, any issues, topics. We can be volunteers. Volunteering is an important part in nursing, particularly in Sigma. All of us that we work by the other people, by communities, are part of volunteering and this part of this philanthropic work that we do. So the invitation is, let's join the circle. When you go to this page, you can log in, and in the bottom part, in the left bottom part, you will see a circle, and that's the circle. And then you can log in, can be part, and there's a system where you can send electronic letters, and we have different activities in the circle. My invitation is that join, explore it, and know it very well. So with respect to the third chapter that we have in our agenda is the celebration of our anniversary. In 2022, we will be celebrating the 20 years of the first chapter of the region, Rho Upsilon. It will be celebrating in the 17th of May. Not only that chapter, but all of the members to celebrate with them in a certain way these first 20 years of the Rho Upsilon. In 27th of March, we will be celebrating 18 years the chapter of Tau Alpha. 28th of March, the Upsilon Nu will be celebrating 13 years, and the 13th of May, we will be Omega Kappa will be celebrating 3 years. Let's see that we have a region with lots of celebrations and different in periods of time, but this is new because those who have the most great experience, we can share the most recent chapters. Congratulations. Let's celebrate all together, and lots of congratulations for the new anniversaries the following year for 2022. The fourth point has to do with the recognition that we had in our region. The first thing I want to share with you as in the beginning of my presentation, the 4 chapters recognized the call to action. All participated in an independent way. Each chapter promoted strategies, different ways of showing this joyful, but also we work together in these webinars. Basically, this showcase of regional excellence is a recognition that the region does and the coordination to the different chapters that have joined in an important way to the call to action. In this way, we have our recognition. Each one of the chapters received in its chapter management system or by email their certificate that was assignated the showcase of regional excellence. Congratulations to the 4 chapters for its great adherence of this call to action. Among the recognitions that the Sigma makes, this chapter key award recipient is a recognition that's done from the for all the chapters with its functioning. With respect to some criteria they have to meet with the maintenance of a group of members, of important members, is to have the opportunity of developing the different actions that are being proposed in a way that also the goals, the development or sustainable goals from the WHO, but also the way between the chapters that are healthy. This means that an important group that's been maintained inside the chapter, and they are complying all the criteria of the administrative staff, and also to perform health in finances and all kinds of things. So here, these 2 chapters that applied and received, and the key award recipients are the chapter of Omega Kappa. This is new, although this is new, it complied all the requirements to receive this recognition. And also Tau Alpha of Mexico, with its 18 years, has shown to have a great development and a good maintenance, health maintenance of the chapter. So we want to congratulate here. I want to stop sharing the screen, and I want to give a big applause to the 2 chapters who are receiving this recognition for being chapters that hard work, constant work, systematic work, and complying all those elements that show us as healthy chapters. I don't know if here we have the 2 chairmen, Dr. Sherry and Dr. Maria Mercedes. Maria Mercedes, would you like, sorry, Dr. Mercedes Gutierrez, would you give us some short words from your chapter from Tau Alpha? Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you. It's a pleasure for being, thank you, Luz Patricia, for this recognition. I want to confess you that we had not done this publicly, that this chapter received the recognition. 1 month ago, we received, this was going to be a surprise for all the members of the chapter Tau Alpha. So the members that are here participating, congratulations, because you are part of this great effort that was done in order to apply. Thank you. Thanks to all of you. And also the rest that are being included, from the founder, Dr. Esther Gallegos, 18 years of hard work. Thank you to your leadership, to your vision. Also, Dr. Maripaz, who made part as a chairman of leadership, and she's an active member, and all the different chairmen and chairwomen that have been behind of me, and the ones that are coming in the future. This is a hard work and volunteering work from the work that you have given us, as Luz Patricia said. We had a lot of opportunity areas. I think that we are a chapter that's conformed by many great people that will be transmitted in a video in the Biennial, of people highly committed with leadership, and with their hard work for the chapter will be visible, can be visible, and can be shown. Their financial aid is also really important part of this process of the key award. They evaluate and assess this work, how much we are donating, what kinds of activities we are performing. Philanthropy is really important for Sigma. We can have lots of research, but if we don't have volunteering and service programs, this is a point that we are being assessed. But before ending my words, but to be brief, we are not doing it of obtaining this award or this recognition. 3 or 4 times we were like having that temptation to be here, but despite this, all the work that we do is to benefit population, is to benefit new generations, to benefit nursing. And also now it's been recognized, and after this session we will not do this publicly until we obtain this physically recognition in some days to come. So I thank you, the chapter, thank Luz Patricia, my gratitude to Dr. Lorena Chaparro, that she was as coordinated working, Dr. I forgot the name right now, but she moved in the way, and but she was a coordinator. But thank you all, and have a good afternoon. Thank you, Professor Mercedes. Thank you so much. So I would like Dr. Cheryl Garrix, your experience with your participation in this recognition. Congratulations. And I want to tell you that having said this today from the headquarters, they recommended me to say it today because this makes part of our activity in the next meeting. So they recommended me to publicly say it today. So I want to tell you that we are recognizing excellence of each one of the chapters, and I believe that we are all well rewarded today. Dr. Cheryl, welcome. We'll listen to you right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Patricia. Thank you for your awesome leadership. I know you encouraged each of us to apply and to get it done, put it on paper and do the application. For us as a new chapter, we actually, I think, told you we were not going to apply. And then you said, I think you should still do it. I think you can qualify. And so I really want to thank you for the push and the encouragement. I thank my chapter members very much for those who are here. Congratulations to Mercedes and her chapter. I really want to say thank you to Sigma for recognizing the work we did. We're in a pandemic and we had things that we didn't get done, but we still managed to put a lot in. And so we were glad to be able to go through the process of applying. It was a real learning lesson, and it helped us to recognize that we have done something significant, that we are making contributions to nursing and healthcare, and that it's good to be recognized. And so on behalf of our chapter, thank you so much. And for the recognition, it's good to do good and it's good to keep giving. So we will try to ensure that we are keeping up with that as we move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Garilis Enriquez. Muchas gracias, Sherin, por su participación. Sí, Mercedes, Mercedes.
Doctora, disculpe, nada más fue una pena haber olvidado de la emoción el
I'm
nombre.
sorry, I was so excited.
Fue nuestra primera coordinadora, de verdad, muchas gracias y mil disculpas.
Thank you so much. And I apologize for not giving that recognition. Don't worry. In our hearts, we always those people also. She promoted and motivated from Colombia. She was one of the most important. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the leaders that are right now and all the ones that have been coordinating in the region. Okay, we will continue with our agenda.
Como bien nos decía la doctora
As Dr. Mercedes Gutierrez was saying, 4 points categories we had, and also for 2023, these 4 elements will be considered. These having to do with leadership, the demonstration of leadership in actions in the different activities, how the membership recruitment is going to be held and the retention of those members will be done. Also the communication in between the members and also the philanthropic service engagement and the awards that they have inside Sigma. This is important to say that as a region, we need to advocate and applicate for grants. One, it's a possibility, but all the other recognitions also in research or probably recognition of trajectories that we have. We have great nurses that could be recognized in stigma and probably we haven't done it yet. So this could be a job and to be done in the region for the future. So here we apply and here we receive some points, 80 points in order to receive the award. So in this case, the 2 chapters complied with this criteria in 2018 and 2021 in this period of time. Where can you find the requirements and the elements in order to apply? You can find it in the circle. There's a part where you can see the address, the group that's called all chapters officers, where they have administrative jobs in the chapters and they can have access to this information. And there you have the requirements and the elements to comply besides the formats to apply, besides the 4 chapters in the next period that we can apply and we can be able to receive this award. So the idea is that we can be able to do it. Lastly, we have a forum that makes part also of this next meeting. These meetings in the framework of the meetings will make us possible to recognize or know the candidates that are in the meetings and the biennial that will make part of the coordinator. Right now, we have 2 candidates for regional coordinator. One is Lidia Guadalupe Ortiz from Tamaulipas, Mexico, and the other candidate that's here, and Sonia Patricia Carreño Moreno. She's from Bogota, Colombia. So in this way, we will give the order first to send Dr. Lidia. I am for Lidia to present herself and give some words. I saw her, she was here.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. You have 10 minutes to make your presentation. You have more or less 8-10 minutes because the last sir.
Sí, no sé si
So
me pueden-
welcome.
Gracias. Gracias, doctora. No
Thank
sé
you,
si
doctor.
pueda proyectar una presentación.
Can I show a small presentation? Can I share it with you right now?
Su micrófono, Patricia.
Señora, perdón.
Sí, no sé si pueda, es que quiero proyectar algo.
I
pero
want
si
to
me permite,
show,
con permiso.
I would like to show a small presentation that I have to show to you.
Espérame un segundito, dame un
Wait a
segundito
minute, wait a minute,
para que puedas
so you can share.
compartir la pantalla. Dame un segundo.
Bueno, mientras usted lo busca, pues muchísimas gracias.
So in the meantime, thank you, Sigma,
Permítame estar
for
aquí. Estoy un
allowing
poco
me.
nerviosa.
I'm a little bit nervous, I apologize.
Estoy escuchando todo
I
el
am
trabajo
listening all the
que han
work that
hecho
has been done in this period of time, and
y
it's impressive
cómo,
to see
cómo
how
confirmamos
we
el
confirm the
trabajo,
great work,
compromiso,
the great
diálogo
commitment, the
cada
enthusiasm that
miembro
each member
de los que están aquí
that are
ha
here today
tenido en las
have had
diferentes actividades
in the different
que se
activities
asignaron.
that were assigned.
Camila, si ya puedes, ya te diste,
Lydia,
ya
can you
puedes
share your
Ya me
presentation?
deja.
Yes, I'm allowed right now. Thank you.
Bueno, creo que ahí ya se puede ver la pantalla, ¿verdad? Pues les platico un poquito
So I
del
would like
tema.
to talk a little bit.
Yo soy
I
Biannual,
am,
como ya me presentaron, Confiano es mi primer apellido. Y bueno, les quiero
and I would
contar un
like,
poco
I am Lydia
de qué se
Campean,
trata
and
este
I
tema.
want to
Y
talk
bueno,
about
por
my
qué
professional
surgió el interés
background. And
pues,
from
para
where
participar de
I
esta
wanted to
coordinación.
advocate as an applicant for
Bueno, soy
this and candidate
licenciada
for this coordinator.
en la Universidad
I had a
Nacional
bachelor's degree in nursing
y bueno, después
in
que terminé
Tampico.
tuve
Then I
oportunidad
studied and I had
de
the
hacer una
opportunity
maestría
to
en
go
docencia
to a master degree also in
y eso me
academic
interesaba
communication.
mucho la parte
I enjoyed
educativa.
a lot the part
Y
of
bueno,
education, and
eso fue presencial
this
por un lado
was
y allí
in a
tuve oportunidad
presential
también
way.
de
Then I had the
desarrollar
opportunity of
se llama la
performing a
virtual
master degree.
y fue mi primera experiencia
Then
virtual
this was my first virtual
en un
experience
programa
because this
semipresencial
was a semi-presential
y
program.
y fue
And
en aquel
this
entonces 1996, esto fue algo totalmente nuevo.
this was totally
Yo
new
invité como
as
compañeros
all my
a
partners.
adaptarme, ¿verdad?
We
Pero
started
bueno,
to
hemos
adapt
tenido
virtually. Now we have a great
después como esto ya es de todos los días. Y bueno, más adelante ya tuve la oportunidad de hacer una maestría en el área de enfermería con enfoque a la salud comunitaria.
I
Y
had
esta
the opportunity, and this master's degree,
Autónoma
I did it
de Nuevo
in
León,
the
en
Universidad
Monterrey,
Autónoma de Nuevo León in
donde
Monterrey,
allí
where
enseguida
there
pude realizar también
I could be able to do my doctoral degree
de Nuevo
from
León. Y bueno,
in Nuevo León, also
para mí
in
este
Monterrey.
programa, bueno, especialmente
These
el último,
programs,
ha
especially
estado
the last
para
one,
mí
doctoral degree, like
como un parteaguas porque
m-
todo lo que allí
placed me like another page in my life because I was able to learn in a doctoral degree. This was the first program of doctoral degree in sciences. Dr. Cecilia Salazar were the ones who had this great idea in order to do this doctoral degree. And here I had the opportunity of knowing the first Sigma in 2004. So part of this preparations for my doctoral degree allowed me to be contracted by the US uh, in Sigma in Michigan, and then in some other instances to improve my English language. I told you that I started in 2004 as a member and knowing what was Sigma. There, my teachers proposed me to be a member, and I had contact with all of what was being done in the region. And I was participating in the leadership committee for 2 years. I also was a delegate in 2007 in Baltimore, Maryland, and also the most important activity that I had in Sigma was in 2010. Then I I came back to Tampico, brought the projects here to Tampico, and I participated in some activities. However, my most important work has been as a Congress reviewer with annually speaking. I was from 2010, I have been participating as a Congress reviewer. And every time I have had the opportunity of any Congress to be a moderator, I also have had this opportunity to be presenter and moderator. In this annual for 2017, for me, it was astonishing to see so many people together, so many nursing professionals together, how the advances in our profession was done. And this was for me great. Later on, I was more focused in the research part. I had a scholarship that I would be able to perform a research program by which the second opportunity, I received a Sigma grant also for a binational research project, and this was like for an open population to help families who had diabetes. This is the UNC, and the NCD was connected with the public health leadership, and this made me possible to participate with communities with 42 students with this scholarship. I was the only nurse present in this program, and I could see different, not only with the financial aspect, but I had a lot of learning. This finance I received and the grant that I received a binational research project with the UNC Chapel Hill School of Nursing with Dr. She's not with us today, but this was a great learning for me. What right now, I'm a professor as a community nursing in research methods, public health and epidemiology, bioethics. I also participate in research projects that are focused to the community. I'm a member of the National System of Researchers, level 1, besides other activities that I make. I'm a president of ethical committee I'm a leader of research group in community nursing. Now, we work a lot with academic processes, with community nursing also. The projects that are being done are in this order that I mentioned. What can I bring to you today to Sigma? What you can see here in my slide, it's part of the mission and the vision that Sigma has as a for Latin American and Caribbean region. With the pandemics, we all lived it differently, and I had the chance to obtain and have a lot of time. This was hard from home, but it allowed me to reflect myself and have an insight of what way could I be useful and help others. I do it through projects, also to students, because we are constantly in contact with them. But what other way I would constitute and give this growth, not because I was not doing it before, but if I can do something more, what more can I do? And I know that now this what I'm showing you before I was listening to other colleagues, I can see how we work in Tau Alpha, all the communication that's been done between the different members and as a member. And this is a work that has an impact in the community. This is not like a working plan. These are only ideas, but if you see the slide, you see that everything has been talked before. I placed it here in this slide because, as you commented before, we have to work with communities, and we still continue to be working, especially in this line, not breaking, but continue doing the work to strengthen this work. I was talking about the three things: cultural competence, everything that has to do with research, and also the self-care as members that each one of us has. Okay, and everything goes in hand of the competence that's been worked, but you can continue favoring the different interaction of the chapters as it was commented before. Everything is thanks to the technology we all have now. As Dr. Luz was saying it before, we have programs. We can work a little more to have a contact and connection that this work that's being done within the members, it's to favor the populations and the communities. This will have and will give a great visibility of what we already have in the community directly, and we can also implement the number of members, right? Because every day this increases, and this is going to be good to help the Sigma. And besides the programs, research to find the synergies that each one of the chapters of the region has, although it's Latin America and the Caribbean, not only the context where it's being done, within the different chapters, there are differences, some smaller, some bigger, but how could this help and how this can be worked in the different levels, in the primary attention, for example, in the clinical level, in the way each chapter works it, but try to strengthen within the different peers, and we can know each other better so we can get connected, we can connect a little bit more, and it can make us better, creating ideas, creating visibility, and to strengthen, considering as nurses, we have to be working with the SDGs. We have to continue working also with the SDGs, with the environment, that we still have to work. And the most important, also to end my presentation, is that we can promote a program that we can feel, where we can feel that Sigma can enjoy mostly. We give a service where we enjoy and we are joyful about doing it. We have to start always thinking about this. Dr. Lydia, thank you so much for your presentation.
No sé si de pronto haya alguna pregunta.
I don't know if there's any question from the room right now. You could do it, you can write it in the chat and we can share it before I present Sonia and introduce Sonia. I would like the two people that recently joined to our meeting today introduce themselves. Annalisa Sampro, she's already in what she,
No sé si están por allí. Analisa.
Annalisa, are you here? I saw you. I saw you here. Annalisa, can you open your microphone? And Desmond Crocker, both of you can share your thoughts.
Analisa, sí, aquí está. Analisa, do you hear me, Analisa?
Desmond Crocker, are you here? I just saw you here in the meeting.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Analisa, hello.
Hola, Annalisa.
Yes, yes. Yes, I can.
Hello?
Hello.
Good afternoon, Patricia. Can you hear me? My reception is, I'm driving, reception is very, I'm not sure if you're able to.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to first, I'm late because I'm actually in between meetings. So please accept my apology.
Okay, don't worry.
I want to say thank you to work with both yourself and the, are you hearing me?
Annalisa, thank you for being here today. And I know you are really busy today.
Patricia, if I may,
Okay.
she's driving, she
Desmond,
says. Patricia, are you hearing me?
Ah, ok, sí, sé que está bastante ocupada, sí, bueno. Ok,
Okay.
perfecto.
Annalisa is
Muy bien,
driving.
entonces, para finalizar, quisiera de pronto, antes de que Sonia se presente para cerrar.
Before Sonia introduces herself, you can make your question in your chat. You can write the questions in the chat. I would like Dr. Lorena Chaparro. She's the chairwoman of Upsilon. Ru, open your camera so all the members that are here today in the meeting can know you. And can you give some words right now?
Sí, Luz Patricia, es que estoy haciendo una vueltica. Buenas
Ah,
tardes
bueno.
para todos y todas.
Good afternoon for everyone right now. Thank you for the invitation of this session. And in the Upsilon Nu, I want to recognize all the chapters of the region, and I hope in the next meeting, the Biennial meeting, I will be virtually with you. I cannot be there physically with you. I see all the recognitions, the awards. This is the most nice, this is the nicest thing of the meeting. And in this chance, this is going to be really meaningful. Thank you so much, Lorena. Thank you for sharing with us, despite the fact that you're busy right now. And Dr. Cheryl, she is also here. You already heard from her receiving the award, but I would like you to give some words like chairman in order to end. And I don't know if you would like to add something else with the rest of the people here today.
Okay.
That would be me, Patricia. Again, I'm sorry, I missed the question. What are you asking?
Yes, you can ask to Lydia if you want.
Okay, oh, okay. Thank you. I was asking Lydia about how active she has been in her chapter and how has that prepared her to consider running for regional coordinator. I'm not sure if she heard the question.
Lydia.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Can I answer in English? Or...
Yes, you can. If you want, you can.
Thank you for the question. As I said, I had my main participation for 2004 to 2010 directly in the chapter with activities because I lived in Monterey for that time. How I prepare, I continue my communication with the charter, the Tau Alpha, and here in Tampico, we have it is not a coordinator, but it's a people who promote Sigma chapter. So I am in the team for 2010 to right now, and I definitely I need to increase my knowledge, of course, about any process that I didn't know. I am an upper person. I have some characteristics in me that I can put in the chapter. One of them is I inspire me, people like you, all of you. I inspire myself because I really like nursing. And even when right now I'm more focused in education and in nursing, I was a clinical practice teacher for one time. So I think that I can put my skills in the forum, and I want to serve. So thank you.
Okay, muchas gracias. Thank you very much, Lydia. Now, Voy a presentar en este momento.
Now I am going to introduce the second coordinator candidate for the region. She's Sonia Carreño Moreno. I'm trying to give her access, but I'm not able to do so right now. Okay, okay.
No, no, solo estoy yo. En Security puedes darle permitir compartir pantalla a los participantes.
A ver.
Al lado de la cámara debe haber un rombo que dice Security o algo así. ¿No?
No.
De pronto Hernán, que es co-hospedador, pueda
Sí,
hacerlo.
Hernán tal vez sí lo puede hacer. Hernán, por
Hernan,
favor.
can you help me? Can you help me?
Ok, voy a empezar entonces mientras Hernán hace la magia del Zoom. Gracias, Hernán. Bueno, buenas tardes a todos y a todas. Es un
Okay,
placer.
good afternoon to everyone. It's a pleasure to be here sharing with you. Thank you so much to Professor Luz Patricia to having me here. For Lydia, it's an honor to know you and participate with you in this postulation for this candidate coordinator. My name is Sonia Carreño Moreno. I'm a nurse, magister and doctor in nursing. I have participated in Sigma since the beginning. I started my master degree. Basically, I met Stigma, thank you to Dr. Lorena Chaparro, who at the moment she was with me together in my process during my studies in Professor Delimar Garzon, where the Colombian nurses have had the honor to learn together with our masters, with our expertises. I have served in my chapter of Ru as secretary in the last 4 years, and before being secretary, I also was a volunteer in the chapter. I am not allowed to share my screen yet. Now you can, now, Hernan, you can share your screen now. Yes. Thank you, Hernan. So I was sharing with you so my skills and competences to participate and postulate myself for this job and this position. I have been classified as a senior researcher. In palliative care. I'm a specialist, and I work in my university together with Dr. Lorena Chaparro in the coordination of program, the caregivers, giving support to the families with chronic diseases. My interest particular is to give support with the cancer, with children with cancer. The different recognitions and achievements together with the board and committee and the different chapters that have lots of strengths in research, in philanthropy, in education, we have been able to have lots of achievements, especially during pandemics. We moved the research about practice, aptitudes, stress with COVID-19 in 100, 600 patients where we made a diagnosis, a national diagnosis of this problematic situation. When COVID comes to Colombia with the different chapters members, we mobilized the first brochures with people with COVID that were generated in Wuhan, China. We took and we divided the chapters and we translated. And thank you to a partnership with the Texas University in San Antonio Center, we could be able to editorialize this brochure. We also participated in partnerships with Los Patricia in 2 events, each one of 10 sessions of training to nurses in Colombia with respect of how caring and giving care to the different patients with COVID. We were the first one to, when pandemics came in March 2020, we initiated this training process where we could be able to train almost 5,000 people, not only from Colombia, but from Latin America, in order to face this issue. Then, given the success that we had in this event, we could be able to do ongoing education in giving care to cardiovascular disease. In Within my competences, the leadership that I have is the leadership, the service leadership. Particularly, I like to encourage to find solutions, innovative solutions in emergent situations. I love technology. I love to communicate with students. So being in ongoing communication with the younger people allows you to meet those technology points, but also to potentialize and empower the technologies that you have so you can be able to perform good partnerships. Also, I think that within the strengths that we have and inside my chapter is mentoring. I think that this is really important to have more members and not only to recruit, but also to keep those members actively speaking in our chapters, have very strong programs of mentoring. Basically, this is what I want to do in the future. I want to become a good mentor. In the chapters with students, we go everywhere, and this is something that I have learned, receiving some experience from my mentors as well. So I have some ideas of the working proposal for the chapter. This is like a draft. This is a draft. I liked this smart methodology to do it so specifically as possible, to be measurable, to be realistic, and with a deadline. Under the goals that I have for the proposal in my region is to keep the communication lines between the different chapters of the region. I think that the professors, the teachers, the doctors that have been here in this coordinator program have been doing it really nice. And the person that comes to perform this job has to honor what the previous person, the former persons have done. So the idea is to keep direct and periodic communication lines in the with the different members of the chapters with the relevant news in the society, but also but inform the events, exchange experiences, and empower all the experiences that we have, what can be measured and measurable. We have to do some meetings with the chairman of each chapter, also work with the newsletter of the region to do publications between the different social networks in the region, and also work with the different semesters where we have all the points that we have in together. This will be through the exploring and will be done with the different competences. So each one from its strength can give to the goal and can fulfill and comply the goal. This is really strong and really important because it's strategic to maintain communication among the leaders and the members of the chapters. And this is a work that has to be done and has to be strengthened. And also that this communication will not be only among the members of the chapters, but from all the chapters in the region. This is important to work in this aspect. How will be done in time? The agenda, trying every to perform activities and meetings quarterly speaking, and you can have a record for this newsletter to do the publications at least one weekly, and to have this region agenda frequently done each semester. The goal is to promote the meaning of the identity of being part of the Sigma in the region, not only for talking proudly speaking, but talking about being you together and to strengthen all the efforts in this way. We promote designing a strategy of promoting the identity by being member of Sigma, empowering and advocating the identity of the Sigma members. And this, I was telling you that this is important. We all feel proud to be part of Sigma. This is a distinctive sign in every country where we go, in each event where we go and introduce our Sigma member. This gives us a cohesion as a community. And besides, this is a strategy of joining new members, of receiving new members to be part of this Sigma family. This attracts and appeals new members that work for excellence in nursing in all of our chapters. And in time, we hope that this strategy will be designed and be held in my first year of management. Another goal would be to promote that academic exchange and mentoring between the members of the region. I propose to design a members directory. I understand that the former coordinations have worked. Perhaps I don't know it now, but maybe if it's been given my position and I'm accepted as a coordinator, regional coordinator, we would do the work together to see and continue to be aligned. In this directory, our training will appear, our leadership line will appear, and the possibilities of mentoring. Particularly in Colombia, I manage doctorate theses, and many students want to do some internships and want to have exchanges. And I believe this is a strategic that this can be done among the members of Sigma. And we have found really useful this communication, this feeling that we have among the members of Sigma, and to be mentoring among all the students. I'm proposing that we can have this directory and to be placed in the first year of my management and for my first experience,
Las experiencias de intercambio y mentoría en el segundo año.
and to do the mentoring together in the next years. Also to promote the visibility plan and acknowledgement of excellence in nursing. We all know that we have some recognition that's been done by the central region, by the chapters, but my idea is not only to create new recognitions and compete with the already recognitions that exist, but we can look strategies of cohesion and that these ideas can be given and spread and expanded in the different chapters, not only among the members, but all the people that are sympathizing with Sigma, because they not only contribute, the members are not the active members, but also the people that are inactive, the members that, and also that sympathize with our organization. In this aspect, I pretend to continue the socialization and the promotion. I see that Luz Patricia and I have witnessed that the former coordinators have motivated and encouraged to present to the different and introduce, and I pretend to continue my job with this. I learned from this showcase regional excellence in the chapter key award to build this visibility plan of leadership and excellence in nursing together with the different chapters and continue with the development of the meetings in the region that have been done traditionally speaking. Also, this will be coordinated with the different leaders of the chapters in the meetings that we will have in the region. And also I am planning that this will be designed and executed in the first year. These are only some ideas. Of course, we will have to listen our mentors, our teachers, our predictors that have been with us, and together build this plan for the future, for the following 2 years, not only to think in the short-term basis, but also to think in a plan long-term, in long-term that can be continued in the people that continue service, who are the articulators axis of the proposal, the presidential call in action to infuse joy, awareness, equilibrium, purpose, co-creation, also the leadership of our following chairman, also mentoring, build on what has been built. I believe that here you would have Professor Mercedes, Professor Lorena, and Professor Luz Patricia all the time asking you all of how you obtain the purposes for your region and how can we continue to be working. Also the articulation among the chapters and also the protagonism of the chapters and the excellence in nursing. These were the ideas that I had to show to you today and share to you, and I thank you all for listening me. Thank you, Professor Sonia and Lydia, for your presentation today. I don't know if you have any question from the room with the presentation of Professor Sonia. Do you have any question? I don't see any questions. I don't see any questions. I think there are no questions for now. Pauline has a question. No, Pauline, no. She has to go now. Sorry to be leaving. Okay, now we are ending. Professor Sonia, thank you, Professor Lydia, for your participation, and we hope And we will see what happens in our Biennial in the following days. In between 6th and 7th of November will be our meeting virtually and physically. So let's see what will happen. We will see what will be happening. All the leaders will have to think and decide. To end this talk, I would like to say that I hope that you will still be connected with Sigma to continue working with Sigma. Basically, the idea is to work for nursing in our countries and also in our region, and work for the health of our region. We are many. We are many in Latin America and the Caribbean region. This was our meeting for today. Our gratitude for you for being here today in our meeting in this Latin American and Caribbean region meeting, and with the best will to keep supporting the processes in the chapter as well as in the region every time it's needed. From our part, we have the will to continue same as the rest coordinators, which have been fundamental to continue serving in this work. So thank you all, Professor Sonia, and all each one of you, Lorena, Cheryl, Mercedes, and also Professor Kelly, for being leaders in each one of the chapters in our region. Thank you so much. Annalisa, Desmond, and Luisa, Fernanda, Claudia. Thank you. Desmond is here.
Hello, hello everyone.
If there's any more for today, we hope to see you soon in the convention of next 6th of November. So we hope to see you soon. Please, if you haven't signed yet for this convention, no. Goodbye and welcome to the seminar, to the biennial, the next 6th of November. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Luz Patricia. You're awesome.